Hi friends, in this video, we are going to discuss on quadratic equation. What is quadratic equation? A polynomial who has a highest degree as 2. A polynomial who has highest degree as 2 is called as a quadratic equation, where compulsory a is not equals to 0. When this expression is equated to 0, it is called as a quadratic equation. So now let us check whether the equation is a quadratic or not. So we'll simplify it. So while simplifying, you can see it's 3x minus 1 the whole square. So we'll apply that identity. It's 9x square minus 6x plus 1 is equals to 5 inside, so it is 5x plus 40. Looking at the equation, you can see that the highest order is x squared. So that means this is a quadratic equation. It's a quadratic equation. Similarly, we'll see this also. So since we have a 2 brackets, we'll multiply them. So we have 3x square, 3x square minus 11x minus 4 is equals to, again we'll multiply the next bracket. So that is 3x square minus 7x minus 2. As we can see, we have the same terms on both the sides, so it gets cancelled. Now looking at the equation, the highest degree is 1. That means it's not a quadratic equation. So whenever an equation has a highest degree as 2, that time that particular equation is called as a quadratic equation. So to solve the quadratic equation, there are two techniques, quadratic formula and factorization method. In this video, we are going to concentrate on factorization method. So now in this video, we are going to talk about the 4 different cases. The first one, this is a quadratic equation. The coefficient of x square is 1. The middle term 7x and the last term is 10. 7x we have to split in such manner that the multiplication of those two numbers will give me the last term. Now how to find those terms? As you can see, we have plus 10. So whenever plus 10 is there, plus indicates the numbers should be having same sign. The number should have same sign. So the sign can be negative, the sign can be positive. But as you look into the middle term is also having plus. So that means the terms should have positive sign. So that means I have to split in such a manner that the term should have positive sign. Now I'll write the factors of 10. Factors of 10 is 2 into 5. Now since they should have same sign, the middle term indicates they should have positive sign. That means the terms are 2 and 5. So I'll take, instead of 7, I'll write plus 2 plus 5. So that means I'm having x square plus 2x plus 5x plus 10 equals to 0. Now I'll pair them. I'll pair this two together. I'll pair this term together. As you can see, x is common, so I'll take x outside. Here it is x plus 2. Same I should get over here, so I'll write x plus 2. From this term, x already taken inside, so I'll write 5. Okay, so the two brackets are, it is x plus 2 and x plus 5. Now we'll apply the product rule. What does this indicate? Either of the two terms should be 0. Then only I'll get the main answer as 0. So that means either this is 0 or x plus 5 is 0. So if this is 0, that means x is minus 2. If this is 0, the x is minus 5. So the roots of these equations are minus 2, minus 5. Now we'll look to this term now. Similarly, again, I'm having a positive 10. So that means the terms should have same sign. Okay. Now the middle term is having negative sign. So that means if the terms are having same sign, that means you have to add them. So that means here the term should have negative sign. So therefore it will be -2 -5. So here the 10 will be written as -2 into -5. Okay, so the terms are x squared minus 7x minus 2x minus 5x plus 10 equals to 0. Same method, group them together, group this two term together. X is taken outside, we have x minus 2. Again, the second bracket should have x minus 2. From here, I have taken x inside, so the term is left out as -5. We'll cross verify. -5 into -2 is plus 10. So therefore, we have x minus 2, x minus 5. So product rule, either of the term should be 0. Then only we'll get the main answer is 0. So therefore, x minus 2 equals to 0 or x minus 5 equals to 0. So it can be x is equals to 2 or x is equals to 5. So there are two possibilities. The one possibility is that root is 2 and the other one is 5. Now we'll talk about this. Here the last term is -10. Whenever you had a positive, it indicates that the term should have same sign. But here it indicates that the terms should have different signs. What do you mean by different sign? That means one should have positive and another should be negative. The middle term again is having a negative sign. This indicates that the there are how many terms? There are 2 terms. So out of those 2 terms, the highest term should have a negative sign, So the 2 terms were 2 and 5. Okay, they should have different sign, right? Out of this 2, 5 is highest. So that means 5 should have negative. Then if 5 is negative, that means 2 should have different sign, that is plus. So now your equation becomes x squared plus 2x minus 5x minus 10 equals to 0. Again, the techniques remain same, grouping of 2 terms. So from here, I have taken x outside. So we have x plus 2. The second bracket should also be same. So I have written x plus 2 already. Now from this, already x taken outside. So it is -5. We'll check. I'm getting -10 or not. So -5 into 2 is -10. So I have taken correct. Okay. So the 2 brackets were x plus 2 and x minus 5. So product rule, either of the terms should be 0. So x plus 2 is 0 or x minus 5 is 0. Okay. If this term is 0, that means the root of this quadratic equation is -2. If this term is 0, the root of the quadratic equation is +5. So the last term is x squared plus 3x minus 10. So again, -10 indicates the terms should have different sign. Okay, so that means the term should have different sign. But the middle term is having positive. So that means the highest term, since it's positive, that means the highest term should have positive sign. So again, the roots were 2 and 5. So out of this 2, 5 is highest, so it should have positive. Since it's the product is negative, that means they should have different signs. So if it is positive, it should be negative. So your equation becomes x squared minus 2x plus 5x minus 10 equals to 0. Now we'll do grouping. So again, x taken outside, we have x minus 2. Since this bracket is x minus 2, this should be x minus 2. From here, I've taken x inside, so we have left out with 5. We'll check. 5 into -2 is -10. So we have taken it correctly. So the two terms are x minus 2 and x plus 5. Okay. So the product rule, either of the terms should be 0. So either this is 0 or x plus 5 is 0. If this term is 0, that means one root is 2. If this term is 0, that means the another root is minus 5. We'll look one more example. The one more example, in this example, you can see the coefficient is not 1. So that means we have to consider this as well. So for this, what it will be, the product to be considered is, you have to multiply by 10. So we are having minus 30 as the product, the last term, and the term I'm having is plus 1 as my middle term, which I have to split. Okay, so the roots are 30 is something called 5 into 6. So when it is negative, that indicates, negative indicates the two terms should have different sign. They should have what? Different sign. Plus indicates that the highest one will have, highest term will have positive sign. So out of this 5 and 6, which is the highest? 6 is the highest. So that means 6 will be positive and 5 will be negative. So here the middle term will be splitted as 3x square minus 5x plus 6x minus 10 is equals to 0. Let us check. We'll do one confirmation. Minus 5 into minus plus 6 is what? Minus 30. Minus 5 plus 6 will give you how much? Plus 1. So we have taken it correctly. Now again we'll do grouping. So you have over here as x is common outside. So we are left out with 3x minus 5. The second also should have 3x minus 5. Now from 6x, you have taken already 3x inside. So the term if is left is plus 2. We'll cross check, we'll multiply this. Am I getting this? Yes. So we have considered it correctly. So the two terms are 3x minus 5 and x plus 2. Using the product rule, either of the one is 0. So either this will be 0 or x plus 2 will be 0. If this is the 0, that means your one of the root is 5 by 3. If this is 0, your one of the root is 1 by 2. This was all about quadratic equation using factorization method. Thank you.